Excited to get on the practice field and kind of test it out and see where I'm at, but it's feeling good so far.
Okay. Okay. See? I mean,
And we didn't show you the video. He kind of hopped off the podium. No change in gait.
Okay.
No. I watched it. No walking boot. And he's already practicing. And do you see on the little blue we have above the headline?
He looks good.
Yesterday that said Bengals minus 2.5. What is
Look
that?
at this. We're locked in.
It is now Bengals minus 1. Some smart money coming in on the Kansas City Chiefs. So here's the deal. Do I expect Patrick Mahomes to be 100%? I do not. He led the league this year in passes outside of the pocket. I think those will be minimized. Luckily, he was also the highest rated passer in the league inside the pocket. Luckily, can you watch? Go right ahead, Kevin Wildes, please.
Josh and I were grinding into the all-22. All day, all night.
Shoot holes and all that.
No, but is one of the reasons why he was so successful in the pocket is because there was a danger of him scrambling outside the pocket, and perhaps those two statistics complement each other and can't just be divorced and have the same production from inside the pocket if the running threat isn't there.
Okay,
Josh, I crushed that.
First of all, you must have been working with Josh because that was a more cogent analysis that I've heard come from that quadrant of the table in quite some time. That I do agree with you on. And team's goal has been for a long time. We've heard Coach Mangini talk about it for years. Keep Mahomes in the pocket.
Yes.
However, this is where the only struggle of his entire career, prolonged struggle, the month or so last year, I think really comes to help him and the Chiefs. Last year, when he refused to take what the defense gave him, kept trying to go for the kill shots, and had that 4 to 5 week stretch until it ended with the pass heard around the world against the Green Bay Packers to win the game, that taught him how to play the type of quarterback he's now going to have to play this weekend if he's immobile. Shorter, quicker throws, trusting. You know what I think we're going to see dusted off for the first time since Alex Smith was the Chiefs quarterback? The Andy Reid screen game. What made Andy Reid unstoppable in Philly and what made him get Alex Smith to, Pro Bowl-ish level quarterbacking? The Andy Reid screen game, you're going to need the other guys to step up, but Mahomes is healthy enough to play. We now know that, which means the Chiefs are winning this football game.
Here's the problem, and you talked about, we all remember that stretch last year where everybody, what's wrong with Patrick Mahomes, blah, blah. And he learned from it, and then, as you said, the pass heard around the world. He was great from that point on, right?
Yes.
They still lost.
Yeah, he had a bad half.
That's the thing. And I'm totally in agreement with you on let's see him presumably stay in the pocket and how he's going to play in the pocket. And if the Bengals can get the type of pressure, I don't think they can because the Chiefs have a much better offensive line than Buffalo. But if they get the type of pressure on Mahomes that they got on Allen, that would be interesting to see how he handles that. But, Nick, there's another thing. I showed you yesterday how Joe Burrow plays lights out against the Chiefs.
It's better
than he does against the rest of the league for his whole career. Well, guess who doesn't play better against his next opponent than he does usually? Patrick Mahomes. All right, look at the numbers, about 40 yards less per game, almost 50 in fact. It's close.
I don't think
it's
this
a little
really
close,
says what you think it says.
No, but here's the thing. Passer rating's a little lower. He's good against the Chiefs.
That would win your
league.
He's
good against the Bengals. No, 250 yards a game, not sure.
I mean, it'd be 5,000
and
yards season.
He's good against the Bengals. But, Nick, these are two world-class teams going at it.
See, but
hold on. The difference, just like the difference in the 100-meter gold or out of the medal stand, is a smidge. That smidgen of difference could be the difference. And those are my concerns because Joe Burrow will likely play a very good game. His receivers will have a big game against that defensive backfield. They're going to need Mahomes to be the Superman he typically is, and we'll see if he can do it on a bum leg.
So a couple things, though. One is, and I understand your point that the Bengals, Joe Burrow in particular, has had massive success against the Chiefs, more so than the Bengals defense has had great success against Mahomes. I know the Bengals are 3-0 in those games. The Chiefs have also led in those games by 18, 14, and 7, respectively. And in this most recent game, there was I'll explain that in a moment. The most recent, the AFC Championship game, Mahomes melted down for a half. It's his version of LeBron 2011 against the Mavs. The most talented player we've ever seen short-circuiting and it costing his team. It's the only time we've seen it like that previously or since. This year, if you remember the game, the Chiefs had control of the game. Kelsey fumbles, they miss a kick, and the Bengals, to their credit, take advantage of it. It's not as if the Bengals have dominated any of these games. They've won, and Joe Burrow has earned it.
3-point games.
But where you mention what Mahomes has not been able to do, this is where we are going to get to find out if the Kansas City Chiefs strategy of playing young players on defense all year, working through those learning curves, if you will. And trading away Rashad Fenton, who some thought was their second best corner, so they could get those rookies more snaps. We saw that pay dividends at the end of the year. Now, everyone ignored it because of the competition. We then saw it pay dividends in the first playoff game. That this defense this is going to have to be collective, because Mahomes injured is no longer a superhero. He's simply the best quarterback in football. He goes from being superhuman to just the best quarterback in the league. And so, yeah, the offensive line that they've invested in has to play well. Right. The defense has to play well. But the Chiefs are better than the Bengals, even if Patrick Mahomes is not 100%.
How can you even say that?
Because
they lost the last 3 times.
Head-to-head, they have lost. I think the totality of their teams, the Chiefs, what they've done over the last 2 years, has shown they're the better team, and we'll get to see it on Sunday.
Yeah, we'll
get to see it on Sunday.
Mr. Consistency.
I guess.
I mean, can I ask a question?
Mr. Chiefs bias.
Did you ever write off the Chiefs? So at some point you thought the Chiefs were better than the Bengals?
At some point. Week 2. Week 2.
Yeah.
We're in week 21.
Okay, all right.
Not so sure. All right.
Joe Burrow, as mentioned, has a 3-0 career record against Mahomes. Here's the tale of the tape. Burrow, 3 wins, 0 losses. If you're a QB wins guy, I am. Overall, 8 touchdowns, 1 interception compared to 6-2. Pretty equal, except Joe Burrow seems to be slightly better. Brew, what would another win against Mahomes mean for Joe Burrow?
Look, you know how I feel about Patrick Mahomes. I will not say Burrow's better than Mahomes. That will be the chorus out there, though. A lot of people say that. What I'll say is this, and yesterday I alluded to Burrow, Burrow hurts, whoever gets this Super Bowl, if it's their first, will be a made man. But this gives Burrow the chance, Nick, to be a made man in a way that Mahomes isn't. Okay, Kansas City was a good team when he took over. 11 wins, I believe. Alex Smith, they're making the playoffs and all that stuff.
In 22 years before he took
over. Yeah, I get that. But they were a good team.
Yes, they were not.
The Bengals were so bad that people were saying Burrow shouldn't even go there.
Sure.
Okay? And he did go there. And in his first year as a starter, leads them to the Super Bowl. Second year as a starter, he would lead them again to the Super Bowl. And if he wins it, he would be like the 2 guys we've compared him to, Joe Montana and Tom Brady. The Patriots, I'm sorry, Bill Belichick was a losing coach when Tom Brady took over.
Oh, well, Giant Super Bowl rings was playing different.
Well, yeah, was that as a head coach?
Well, he got a ring.
I'm sorry, I didn't think so. All right, then they were 5-11 with Drew Bledsoe the year before Brady took over. 0-2 that season when he took over, when Bledsoe got hurt, and then the rest is history. And then Montana, of course, people forget how bad of a franchise the Niners were. Had never won a Super Bowl, had missed the playoffs 8 straight years. Montana starts his first full season as a starter. They win the Super Bowl. That's what those guys did, and that's what Burrow would do.
But you're fudging the math a little bit, because you're erasing Burrow's first year. Which
he was hurt half the season.
They were 2-7-1, and he got hurt. Listen, I don't think that team was going to go on a deep playoff run. Like Mahomes' first year starting, they did.
Montana, same way. Montana's first year as a full-time starter was his 3rd year.
Right, which is why
Brady's was his 2nd year, obviously.
And so, no, but
this is very similar.
Right, but what I'm saying is you said Burrow in his first year took him to the Super Bowl. No, he didn't. It was in his 2nd year. Just like Mahomes, in his 2nd year as a full-time starter, won the Super Bowl. And his 3rd year as a full-time starter, went to the Super Bowl.
But my point is, the ultra point is this. Burrow has turned, he would have the team builder tag on him that Montana and Brady had that Mahomes would not have, does not have.
All right.
Because Kansas City was already a good team.
Kansas City was a team that nobody cared about.
Were they good?
No,
Making the playoffs.
They made the playoffs like the Bengals did in the mid-2000s.